The drama between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto is not helping this country at all. If William Ruto cannot resign because of being humiliated, then the president should actually go ahead and fire his deputy for insubordination. The truth of the matter is that the drama between these two guys are not helping the country. The Constitution of Kenya is very clear on the role of the president and also on the role of the deputy president. Let me just refresh your minds on the roles of the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya as per the Constitution. Article 147 stipulates clearly the functions of the deputy president. It says, number one, the deputy president shall be principal assistant of the president and shall deputize for the president in execution of the president's function. Basically, he is the principal assistant. When the Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu was coming to the country, the person who ought to have received her at the airport is actually the principal assistant to the president, because this was President Uhuru Kenyatta's guest. The deputy president was not there. And the moment the photos started circulating on how she was received, Kenyans were really excited, especially the women, because when she arrived, she was accompanied by 2 bodyguards who are both women. And she was received by Rachel Omamo and Amina Mohammed. The truth of the matter is that this photo had a message, because the deputy president was not there. But it was camouflaged to mean girl-child power. And then again, if you go to the other role of the deputy president, it says the deputy president shall perform the functions conferred by this constitution and any other functions of the president as the president may assign. So in this particular incident, the deputy president was not assigned any role. And later on, Kenyans expected to see the deputy president during this event. The president for Tanzania was in the country for 2 good days. She arrived, she had a function at State House, she even had a function at Parliament, she had a meeting with the business leaders in this country. The deputy president was missing in action. Why was the deputy president William Ruto missing this event? Is it possible that the deputy president himself decided to miss the event? Or is it possible that he was not invited? And the question I keep on asking myself, previously before the fallout, is there a protocol to be followed to an extent that if there's a function in this country, then the deputy president must be invited by the president to attend? Because we know that the functions of the deputy president is well stipulated in our constitution. I don't see a situation where the deputy president would go to an event and then he's denied access to that event. But why was the deputy president missing from this particular event? Because we all know that the relationship between Kenya and Tanzania really deteriorated when Magufuli was the president. As a matter of fact, Magufuli never even attended the swearing in of President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy. And this was a chance for the president and his deputy to mend fences and also restore the bilateral ties between the 2 countries. And the deputy president ought to have been at this event, but why was he missing? And again, it's not the first event the deputy president was missing. Even the Labor Day, he was not there. When COVID was being launched, he was not there. But why was he missing this particular one? Because in my considered opinion, this meeting was critical, even for the deputy president himself. His director of communications, Emmanuel Talam, indicated that the deputy president was not invited to this event. I really don't understand the protocol. But should a deputy president be invited to an event attended by the president to attend. I think he has access to some of these events. Number one, the deputy president is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. He even attends cabinet meetings. He attends several other meetings. I don't think he ought to have missed this event. But why was he missing? 5 reasons. And these reasons assume mostly that the president actually locked him out of the event. Number one is the international networks. We all know that there is no way you can become the president of the Republic of Kenya without international networks. The deputy president of the Republic of Kenya currently needs international networks than any other individual in this country. That's the honest truth. Raila Odinga has international networks. Kalonzo Musyoka has international networks. Musalia Mudavadi has international networks. What about Gideon Moi? He has international networks. What about Ruto? Ruto has international networks, but only in Uganda. In Sudan, he had al-Bashir, but he was removed. So far I don't know any other network the deputy president has beyond Uganda. And these international networks are very important. And I've always opined on this platform that the main reason why President Uhuru Kenyatta appointed Raila Odinga as the High Representative for Infrastructure at the Africa Union was to allow Raila Odinga create international networks, so that when the time will come and elections are held and probably IBC declares Raila Odinga the president and there's some issues with the elections, then these international communities will easily endorse that election the way they've been doing before. So this is what the president is trying to avoid. He doesn't want Ruto to create international networks. Rest assured that if Ruto had attended this particular event, he would have reached out to the president, maybe exchanged contact. His team, which accompanied him, the deputy president probably would have exchanged contact, even with a small guy there, so that later on he can use those contacts when the time comes. So the president was denying him the opportunity to create international networks. And it's not the first time. Remember what happened when the deputy president went to Chatham. He had to cut short his trip to Chatham. Number two, I think the president is also trying to reduce the influence of the deputy president in government. But the mere fact that his functions were taken away and handed over to Fred Okengo Matiang'i was a pointer that his influence was being reduced. Now the deputy president was supposed to receive Madam Suluhu, but someone else was given that task. His influence is reducing. So the people in the government will now see that the deputy president really doesn't have influence in the government, and therefore they'll start avoiding the deputy president. That's how politics operate. That's how politicians operate. And that's the honest truth. So the president is keen on reducing the influence of the deputy president within government. Because if he was going to be the one receiving Madam Suluhu, what was going to happen is that he was going to interact with a lot of government officials from Tanzania and from Kenya. They were going to give him her travel plans, how she was going to arrive. The deputy president was going to take charge of even where she was going to sleep. So this influence is what President Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to reduce. Number three, I think, is business opportunities. One of the main reasons why Suluhu came to Kenya was basically to mend and restore the bilateral ties between Kenya and Tanzania, which was destroyed by John Pombe Magufuli. As you know, there were maize which were supposed to come into the country. The government said they had some issues. After the arrival of Madam Suluhu, those maize are now going to arrive into the country. And remember, Madam Suluhu also met with business leaders from the country and from Tanzania. She came with her team. Kenya also had a team. They discussed business opportunity. The deputy president was not there. Let me ask you, assuming the deputy president was at this event, do you think he would not have managed to create networks, to create linkages for future business opportunities in Tanzania? Tanzania is known for gold. the deputy president would have easily managed to penetrate that area. The deputy president, being a shrewd politician, being a shrewd businessman, would have had opportunity to do business or to front his people to do business with Tanzania. The president is stopping the deputy president from doing that because those would generate money for him for his campaign. And the president has decided for his deputy, it's a no. Number 4, I think it has to do with the fallout between these two gentlemen. Their fallout is better. And the president has decided, I'm no longer going to operate with my deputy. It's that simple. So the deputy president is not invited. If he likes, we kuja ukipenda, but I'm not going to invite you. I'm not going to give you the program. If you like, come. The deputy president is also saying that, okay, the president of Tanzania is coming into the country. I don't care. That's your guest. Personally, I'm going to go ahead with my event. And the deputy president had an event. He was meeting religious leaders. So basically, he was sending a message to the president also that I don't care. So the fallout between these two gentlemen is better. And that's why I insist that the deputy president should resign. But if he can't resign, then President Uhuru Kenyatta must also fire him. And I think in my next video, I'm going to give compelling reasons why I strongly believe that the deputy president should either resign. If he can't resign, then President Uhuru Kenyatta should fire him. And lastly, I'm also being convinced that the deputy president actually just snapped this meeting. He didn't want to attend. Remember the COVID event where his seat was even allocated there? He didn't come. His team claimed that the deputy president did not attend that event because he was not invited, and that the main reason why the state left that seat unoccupied was to portray the deputy president as someone who absconded duty. But that was not the case. The truth of the matter is that by that time, we had the COVID issues, and the deputy president didn't want anything to do with the COVID. So he decided not to attend that event. I'm looking at a situation where the deputy president has finally decided that I'm not going to attend any event organized by President Uhuru Kenyatta and his team. He's not going to do that until the next general election, where he hopes to become the next president of the Republic of Kenya. I don't know what to think. Do you think the drama between these two gentlemen is good for the country? Personally, I think they must sort it out. If they can't sort it out, the deputy president can ship out. If the deputy president cannot ship out, then President Uhuru Kenyatta can take up the opportunity to remove the deputy president from office. Because let's face it, whichever way you look at it, the deputy president will have to exit his office before 2022. He will be required to join a new political party for him to contest for the presidency, which means he will resign as a member of the Jubilee Party. And the president will have to choose another member of the Jubilee Party or someone else to take over. Number 2, of course, the deputy president can also engineer his resignation to win sympathy ahead of 2022. I don't know what you think. Let me hear your thoughts on this matter. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.